tell us the big name, and I've asked them to put it on the screen because I've never seen it. The medical term for your situation.
Yeah, so congenital tetraphocomelia, and tetraphocomelia is a Greek term, and when you break it down, tetra means 4, and phocomelia means seal limbs. So basically, I was born with 4 seal limbs.
A character with character, one of your friends calls you. But your life verse may surprise some people.
Psalm 139:14, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well.
You signed that with your mouth.
With my chin and my shoulder.
In my book.
Yeah.
You've never wrestled with that,
No.
Amy?
No, because of the faith of my parents, I think I've always grown up to believe that I was born with a purpose and that God had a plan for me. I didn't always know what that plan was, but I knew that He had a plan for me, and that God doesn't make mistakes. So.
And this couple, I mean, they deserve a separate interview.
Absolutely.
One day. I would love to do that. They never treated you as handicapped.
No. No, I was treated the same way that my brothers and sisters were treated. And, you know, after dinner, I would take my dishes to the kitchen and, you know, things like that. So, no, and I did everything that my brothers and sisters did. I was always included. They always made me feel included. But
4 siblings.
Yes, 4 siblings, 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters. And, yeah, so I had a crazy family, and I just kind of fit in with them from the start.
We have some B-roll here. Oh, here's little Amy. If you didn't know how to do a certain thing, and your parents as well, would just pray about some way to do it, finding a way.
Especially in the beginning, when I first came to my parents, my mom, she, you know, had her Waterloo one night and just said, why God can't she have, you know, one arm so that she could do things? And as the tears dropped from her face to mine, she really, you know, and I just gave her this look like, what are you doing? She thought, you know what, this is the last time I'm gonna cry. God, show me how to take care of her, and I will do my best. And, you know, He really has. He's been there from the start. And if I needed something specific, it kind of came to them to how to take care of me, and it's always been that way.
I am glad that we have the privilege of seeing a little bit of how you do everyday life. So let's take a look at Amy's real world and tell us what's happening.
So I'm brushing my hair here. I had a brush stuck into a drawer, and I just kind of brush up against it like a cat would brush up against you. And this is Logic taking my covers off of me in the morning. I kind of end up like a burrito wrapped up in the blankets by morning, so she takes them off, and she's opening a trap door there so that my chair lift can go down into the floor and can take me all the way up. And this is me eating. I kind of balance the utensils onto the edge. I'm always using my mouth and my little arm to do everything. So, and that's me waddling down the hallway. And I text
are
with
an
my
amazing
lips.
lip texter.
Yes, I
Speedy Gonzalez.
And the same with my makeup. I use my little arms with the tools up against the table and my arm.
Now, something amazing happened just a few moments ago. Your mom and dad came up, and they did not just remove your red sweater. The arms were in the sweater. You have had 17 different prosthetic arms, and there's quite a story around all of that. I understand your first arms your dad made with a football?
Yeah, he cut a football in half and taped the football to my arms and then taped straws to the football. And I was maybe, I want to say 8 months old or so, and it just gave me some time to bat, you know, my toys a little bit before they'd fall off. You know, they didn't stick on long, but that was my dad's brain, you know.
You need the arms to operate your wheelchair.
Yes.
But so much else we've just seen. You've learned to do with what you have.
Yeah, the arms that I have now are passive, so they don't do anything. They're stiff, and they just help me to drive. Through the years, I've used different arms to try and become more independent with them, but I've always found that going back to what God gave me has always been more natural to me and easier for me to do things. And besides that, I like to be able to touch the things that I'm doing and feel them.
Do you feel?
Yes, I do. Oh yes, I feel.
Amazing. Now, you are a hands-free, self-styled artist. You don't just text with those lips. And actually, in your book, you say 4 out of 5 dentists do not recommend what you do with your mouth. Look at this sunflower. Oh, beautiful. Now, your favorite medium is represented here.
Yeah, a paper tool is basically where you take multiple copies of the same photo and you cut out all of the intricate pieces with an X-Acto knife, which I do by holding in my mouth. And you cut out all the little pieces and then stack them on top of each other using silicone.
Is this the one where you also use the hot glue gun, Amy?
No hot glue gun with this one, but I have used the hot glue gun. I wanted to use it when I was younger for some sort of project, and my mom was quick to tell me, you can't do that, and I wanted to prove her wrong.
You did yourself some serious injury.
I did. So I had the hot glue gun out of the eyes of my mother, or else she would have taken it from me. But if you've ever used a hot glue gun, you know the little hair-like strings that get in the way.
Yes, they dangle and carry on.
So I went to pull them away with my mouth, but I missed them and hit the metal nozzle with my top and bottom lip. So I had some pretty serious burns, but I did it. I knew I could do it.
Speaking of pain, you live with pain every day. You and your parents were struck by a drunk driver. You were injured in a way that now leaves you particularly on the left side with daily pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were hit by a drunk driver, and I had a lap belt on in the back of our Oldsmobile when I was about 5 years old, but I don't really have a lap that the lap belt could hold on to. And so when we were struck, I kind of went out over and dangled below the seat, and it did some damage in my left hip mostly. And the doctors really couldn't go in there to fix anything because I'm obviously structured in there differently, and they don't know what the structure looked like before the injury. So
amazing. It doesn't stop you. You're speaking frequently and reaching out with those unseen arms to encourage others. I want to quote you from your book. You say, life's challenges will challenge what we know and will confront the core of our beliefs. They are tests we can't afford to fail. You talk about the law of lift, the God of overdoing, reaching beyond our basic needs. Basically the spoiler. Aren't you talking about God who spoils?
absolutely. Absolutely, God is my spoiler, and like you mentioned, He's been there from day one, and I just see so many imprints of Him on my life, and from the very beginning, and you know, He feels that way about all of us, and I'm no exception, but every one of us were created with a purpose. So.